Good afternoon, Isabella. How are you doing today?
Oh, okay.
Good. Well, we're gonna do some stuff here just to kind of get us started, just to give me some background information on you, get to know you a little bit, and then as we kind of go through these different sessions, we'll be working together to figure out what's going on and work together, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. So I'm just gonna start with some basic information. What is your date of birth?
Um, March 3rd of, oh gosh, sorry, I can't remember. I'm, I remember. It's 1994, 1994, sorry.
No, that's okay. And um, let's just talk about make sure I have some of my information correct here. What is your address?
4902 Lex Avenue in Greenbush, Michigan.
And a good phone number to reach you?
Uh, 623-740-6120.
Okay. And a good emergency contact for you.
Um, you could do my neighbor,
Okay. And what's your neighbor's name?
Henry,
Henry. And what's a good phone number for Henry?
uh, 623-620-2161.
Okay. And then lastly, who are you going to be paying through insurance or are you going to be paying on your own? How is that going to work for you today?
I have insurance through my job.
Okay, and which insurance company is that?
Um, uh, it's SKW.
SKW? Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. Perfect, perfect. Alrighty. So let's just kind of talk a little bit about what brought you here today and what kind of seems to be you're presenting things that you want to talk about, things you want to work on throughout our sessions.
Yeah. So, I've been feeling very anxious lately. Um, I've been struggling at work to meet deadlines. Um, so I've because of that, like I've been missing deadlines because I've been having trouble focusing, and um, my work is very stressful. So I just I need to be able to meet those deadlines, and I haven't been. Um, and since that started, like I feel like my chest hurts a lot more too when I miss these deadlines. I don't know if that's just in my head, but yeah.
Yeah, that does sound very stressful. Um, Sorry, if I try to kind of go quiet for a second, it's just because I'm making notes so that it helps me so that I can you always look back and if there's always something that we missed and then I can make sure I bring it up next time on everything. So I want to make sure I don't miss anything. And just kind of so I might be making some notes throughout. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine. I get the importance of notes. I forget things all the time.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate it. Makes my job easier and makes it easier for me to help you as well. So, yeah, so it sounds like it's a really stressful job environment. What do you do for work?
I'm a project manager, so I handle different projects in the office, and they just kind of yeah, I've got a lot on my plate right now. I'm given the projects, and then I um you know organize them, figure out who's going to work on what, and then everyone reports back to me. So,
Yeah, that does sound extremely stressful. What kind of company do you work for? What kind of projects do you do?
I work for a catering company, so I do a lot of stuff with venues and working with different people, and then the menus, and then different restrictions on diets and things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna go into a little bit of just your history, just so that we can get kind of a background and kind of helps me, kind of see what's going on, and it can help me with some potential diagnoses and things like that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any history of substance abuse?
No, no, I don't drink or
You don't
do
drink,
anything.
do drugs, smoke, vape, any of that?
No, been tempted though.
Definitely tempted, but n no current use. Okay. Any other kind of addictions that can include stuff like gambling or video gaming or things that maybe keep you distracted from work?
Um, I mean, I I don't think so. I mean, I think I scroll on my phone about the same amount as a regular person. So,
Yep, we all have some sort of addiction to our phone these days.
yeah. And I'm always looking for something new online, there's so many ideas out there. So, yeah.
What kind of stuff do you look up online?
Um, I mostly watch those skit videos. Those are pretty fun, but usually I'm looking stuff up for work, new recipes, new ways to plate the food, and different places where we could get business. People are always looking for stuff like that online. So, yeah.
Okay. Any medical history that I should know about? Any medical diagnoses, major hospitalizations, things like that I should know about?
Um, no, I don't think so. I mean, I no. I've gone into the emergency room when my chest is hurt, but they said nothing was wrong. So, that was like the last time I've been in for a while, really.
Okay. Any like mental health history? Have you ever sought out like a social worker or a counselor before, or have you ever been hospitalized for your anxiety?
No. No.
No, just the chest pain, and going to the emergency room for that.
Yeah, yeah. Just that.
Okay. And then some of these questions are definitely a little bit harder to talk about, but I want to make sure that we have an open, honest conversation so that you and I can get to know each other. And I want you to know that this space is private, and everything that happens with here stays between you and me, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. Any history of abuse or trauma?
Um, no.
Okay. And then any legal history, any trouble with the law, things like that.
It's not exactly trouble, but um, I did have a court case a couple years ago. Um, but it was family court. I have I separated from my children's father, um, and now I have full custody of them.
I wish I could type sometimes. Things are hard to type sometimes. I'm sure you understand that.
Yeah.
Um, so you separated from your ex, you have children. So how many kids do you have?
I have two.
Two kids? How old are they?
Um, they're 10 and 13.
10 and 13? Oh, wow, they're a little older. Are they boys, girls?
One boy, one girl.
So you got one of each, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be very nice some days, I'm sure.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. I'm sure that was a really stressful time for you going through all that a couple of years ago and getting full custody of your kids.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a little stressful, but
Okay.
not yeah.
Okay. But you currently have no legal anything going
Mm,
on. Everything's all done with your family court at this point.
yeah, yeah, it's done.
Okay. Okay. What about your education history? I know we've talked a lot about your employment, your project manager at baking at a catering company, I'm sorry. And you take care of a lot of the management there and everybody kind of reports to you and everything. But let's talk about some of your education history. What about your highest grade level?
I have my associates.
Oh, where did you get your associates from?
Um, Arizona State.
Arizona State University. That's a great college. What did you get your associates
Yeah.
in?
Uh, business. Business management.
Business
So
management. Okay. And then are you seeking a bachelor's or are you just kind of done with school at this point?
I'm good. It was about 10 years ago. It's before I had children even, so it was it's all I really need. It's all I kind of want. I like where I'm at, so
Alrighty. Now we get into some of the more interesting questions, at least in my opinion. Um, I get to hear a little bit about your history. What is like your kind of like your family origin? Like, how did you grow up? Um, what does your current family look like? Things like that.
um I grew up in Arizona um with my parents, and I don't have any siblings, so it was just me. Um and I never left Arizona until I when I got divorced. That's when we moved to Michigan because we needed a fresh start and there was a good job here. So, yeah. And then I don't know a lot of my family. I only know my parents. I haven't met anyone else in my family. I heard that most of them live in Mexico, but I don't know where, or even if they're in Mexico or if they're in like Peru or where they are. So yeah. Um, and I don't talk to my parents anymore. So it's just me and the kids right now. So
Okay, so just you and your 10 and 13-year olds. You don't
yeah.
have to share, but if you ever want to talk about them, you're welcome to share names too. But it's totally up to you. I know sometimes it can be a little nerve-wracking to bring people in because you want to focus on yourself, but sometimes it's good to, you know, just let things out. So, but you got two kids that you're currently living with, and it's just you two, and you're not talking to your parents right now. I just want to make sure I heard you right. You don't know much of where your other family is, but you believe they're from Mexico or Peru.
Yeah, that's at least what my parents told me growing up. But yeah, I never met them or anything like that. We were very focused forward sort of people. Didn't want to like look back, I guess, is how I'll put that.
Okay. Okay. What about any community agencies, which can include something as simple as like you just go to a local church, or it could be something as
No, no,
strenuous as
no
like
church.
chess or no church. Okay.
No, no. I I used to, but no I don't. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Or
Um
is there anything that you do participate in? Is there like any fun activities you do or any groups you're involved in?
um I've got my one of my kids is in soccer. Yeah, she plays soccer, so I'm in a kind of soccer mom group. Don't get to do that very much. I'm a little busy, but I attend
Okay.
the games when I can. Um, and then uh, my neighbor and I sometimes do yoga. I don't really have time for a lot of other things besides my kids and work. So yeah, those are the two things that I do.
Okay. Um, And then the next part is talking about some of your cultural and environmental factors, which is kind of is talking about like, you said you don't go to church, which is totally fine, but do you celebrate any type of culture, like any major holidays or things like that? Or if not, like what's kind of your support system look like?
Um, I am Latina, so I do um have some, cultural things that I do, like Dia de los Muertos, some smaller, holidays that I, do with my children and celebrate. But
Hmm.
I don't uh I think my parents just didn't really do all that much with me, so I just don't know a lot of the different, you know, cultures or holidays or stuff that might have been, you know, if I was, I don't know.
Okay. Okay. What about your support system? You've mentioned your neighbor a couple times. Would that be your kind of your support system?
Yeah, yeah. I have Henry. He's pretty he's pretty awesome. He's a bit older, but he's really nice. I have one girl at work that we sometimes hang out, but it's hard to do that sometimes when we're, so busy. So,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Um, what are kind of some of your right now, like your personal resources? Like what are just like some of your things like for like your strengths? Why don't we do that? Why don't we talk about your strengths?
um, um, I think um my connection with my children, it's it's small right now, but I still feel like I give them the same amount of love and, you know, attention and, focus that I've always done. And I think I think loving them is a strength of mine, you know. I'm good at handling multiple things until I get unfocused, and then I'm not, good at multitasking. Um 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 I don't know.
No, that was a great start. You have some sort of connection with your kids. You feel like you are very loving towards your kids, and you also are can be a good multitasker until some of those things happen where you get unfocused. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, that's kind of a big summary that I have for you, for kind of some of my questions. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about or anything else you'd like to add for our assessment today?
Um, I really just I kind of want to, with these sessions, I kind of want to like focus on my work stress, obviously. I don't know how to, fix that um totally, but it's definitely something I want to, work on. And I kind of talked about it, but I really want to know how to help with my kids as well because they're really I think they're struggling and I think I can help them, but I don't really know how. Um they're struggling and I don't know how to help them. So I just maybe if I explain it to you over, a couple sessions, maybe, things can get a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, we'll be working on a lot of this stuff for today and just kind of looking at what we've talked about and some of that anxiety and that chest pain and stuff like that. I just want you to know that some of that chest pain could be your anxiety and be a potential panic attack. Have you ever had a panic attack before?
I don't know. I don't know what a panic attack kind of, you know, looks like. So,
Okay. Panic attack could be really heavy breathing, really quick breathing. It could feel like that chest pain. Your mind is racing. Those are kind of some of the symptoms of panic attacks. Or is that something you've experienced before?
um, the chest pain, yeah. Um, my heart really like races, but I don't really have like that shortness of breath that you're kind of talking about.
Okay. Yeah, some panic attacks definitely present in different ways. So it could present in multiple different ways. So we'll just continue to talk and work on our work on our coping skills and everything. But I want you to know I really appreciate you sharing with me today, and I'm really excited to get to work with you, Isabella.
I'm excited too.
Good, I'm glad. Alrighty, is there anything else I can talk to you about today before we end our session?
No, I think that's okay.
Okay, I will be happy to see you. Let's make a schedule for next week. How's that?
That sounds good.
Alrighty, I'll be contacting you for next week, okay?
Okay.
All right, see you later, Isabella.
See ya.